We're pushing one pretty specific idea, which is that people should be housed.
So one of the great things about HomeRise, and one of the most challenging things about HomeRise to folks who don't do the work that we do, is that it's very counterintuitive. People assume people on the streets should just pull themselves up by their bootstraps. They should just find some inner strength to do it by themselves. It's just a failure of will. We think very differently than that. We think our goal is to help people restore their lives and return to whatever they identify as who they are and what they aspire to become.
Let me see, before I got into HomeRise, I was lost. Moving here, moving there, getting kicked out of here, getting kicked out of here. Because when you got a lot of kids, it's kind of hard. It's hard to maintain a place, especially being a single parent. It was a really bad place to live. They used to throw bodies off the buildings, and it was kind of hard and stuff. That's where I learned how to be bad at, too. I learned how to be bad there.
It was like 13 years ago. My mother passed, and I went really crazy. Like, I tried to jump through a glass table because I didn't know how to. I didn't want to grow up. I didn't want to be an adult. Even though I had 9 kids, I didn't want to grow up.
I was in San Bruno jail, just thinking about getting out so I could immediately start drinking. And they're like, hey, you got to visit. And this gentleman, Alex, from Citywide, interviewed me. He's like, you want to get out of jail today? You're going to have to, and I didn't hear the rest of what he said. I'm just like, okay, where do I sign? They got me out of jail that day, as promised. They said, here, just check in at Citywide Mental Health once in a while. At that point, I was full-blown, just out of my mind.
The mission of HomeRise is to create homes for people currently who have none. We do that by building the houses that people will live in, by creating the communities within those houses so that people have a support network, and providing both the services that people need and the employment opportunities so people can decide what they want to do with the rest of their lives.
What we like to call it is permanent supportive housing. And what does that mean, and how do we effectuate it? Just like an apartment complex, there's debt that needs to be raised, there's a general contractor, there's property management, but there's something else, and it's about who we are. It's the services and meeting people where they are.
And once you've been on the street for many years, once you've been traumatized by being on the streets, once the issues you're struggling with, whether they're mental health issues, substance abuse issues, or simply economic injustice issues, you don't have the resources and the capacity to make those changes. And so what we believe is, first, you provide a place for somebody to live. The phrase is often stated, but it actually makes a lot of sense. Housing first actually works.
Rachel Townsend Apartments, 97 units, 12-story building, 120 residents. This is our 1-bedroom. It's all based on the same thing as far as trying to provide housing and a supportive lifestyle for them to transition into the world. On my side, we do on the maintenance. So we give them a habitable lifestyle that's furnished through HomeRise. My responsibility is first, residents. When they come to us, so we try to give them respect and to support them every way we possibly can.
We want people to stay with us for as long as they need. For some people, that's until they pass. For others, they need some time of safety and stability, and then they're ready for less service-enriched housing. Both of those outcomes are amazing, and it really is resident-driven. Nobody is pushed to leave before they're ready.
Yes, we have a job to do, but it's a relationship, you know. We try to establish that, and we try to keep that commitment going. Yeah, And with every new coming staff that comes and goes, it's just something that we try to practice.
This is a family-oriented building.
She's like a Nancy Tadanian.
Our dispensers speak. If you want to conversate with them, they do that. If you choose to speak, they'll speak back. You know, that's just it. She loves kids. You know? Yeah. She's good too. All of them. All the people that work here. Warm to me. You know, that's just it. That's a home run for me.
Sometimes our folks come in and they have experienced such transition and trauma and lack of safety that working with someone and kind of gently saying, hey, we're here for you, is all we can do for the first 3 months before they'll be like, okay, I acknowledge you. And that's not personal. That's just someone saying, hey, I don't feel safe yet with you. And that is fair and real. And we just show up the next day with a smile and an invitation.
We had a person that was very isolated, didn't want to let nobody into the unit, and we had pest control to do. As time progressed, knowing that they were hearing our voice, they had notices. We made every attempt to enter the unit. The locks kept coming off. We were able to get in without force, and then allowing each time for the door to open to see the face of that other individual, and then to make entry, which was very good progress. From somebody isolating themselves, not trusting nobody, to where we gained their trust, soft-spokenly, being at their door consistently, persistently, not giving up on them, to show that we were there for them. Yeah.
If you have a problem, like some people don't deal with the staff like I do, if you have a problem, like if you have an insect problem or anything like that, you talk to the staff. I thought they were coming through my sink. Well, they blocked parts of my sink for me. The management came up here, they checked, they said, well, what do you think is coming from up here? Well, they had somebody up here and they checked it out. Those little things, which might mean nothing to other people, mean a whole lot to people when you live in here. You know, and they do that. They get right on it right away. Anything that's wrong, it's right on it.
So our site is Island Bay Homes. We have 110 units and 390 residents. All of our residents are families. We help out here, so basically our residents come to us for support with anything. So rental assistance. Sometimes I may have to reach out to Carla's payee. We help with resumes. If you want to get a job and they need help with resumes, we help with that. We help with job applications. So anything our residents need, we help them. Kids need to be in daycare. We'll figure out what daycare to put your kids in. Or sometimes our residents want a break and if their kids is old enough, because you do have to be a certain age, they drop their kids off. These are little coupons.
Oh yeah.
I actually got these for you because I was gonna throw them away, and I was like, Carla might want these.
She always looking out after me. That's my case manager. She always looking out. I never had nobody look out for me. It's just amazing. It's just nice to have somebody like that in your life, and the way she made me feel about life, like it's a purpose. I have a purpose in life.
Having a place, eventually, I think that's what helped me realize that I was straddling the fence. Oh no, two and a half years ago is when I started dropping all my bad habits. And that's when I started educating myself about borderline personality disorder.
They helped me and they showed me it's okay to be scared. It's okay to be you, and it's okay to voice your opinion.
Yeah, like I said, I'm still full of life. Like I still got a lot of life in me today. Like I don't know how 62 is supposed to feel, but I didn't believe that I could succeed in anything I want. But I believe that today.
This one is called Mass. That's an ill sound, isn't it? It's crazy. This is is another one we're working on right now. And like I said, I have all kind of different loops that I'm working on and doing different things and stuff. Different ideas I'm trying, because I'm trying to change the game up. A home within a home. They provide the home, but you make your own home with inside here. Yeah, it's a home within a home, basically. That's how we do it. And if you, like I said, if you want it, whatever you want is here. You can make it from here. You can make it from here. It's up to you. It's all up to you.
And I'm safe at 512. I'm safe. And they assure me that I'm gonna be okay, that I have nothing to worry about out there, because as long as I'm doing this work right here, I have nothing to fear.
One of the beauties of being supportive services within a housing site is that we can hang out in the lobby and connect with folks really organically on their way in and out of the building, in the laundry room, in the kitchen, in the elevator, and just check in and say hi.
Also, with the residents as they're coming and going, to greet them and take the time out of your busy schedule or whatever you're doing to acknowledge them as a human being.
When staff join our team of resident services at HomeRise, I share a letter with them and offer them to choose a pair of socks from our sock basket. So the letter that I share is, getting caught unexpectedly in the rain can be many things: exciting, surprising, and even inspiring. How many songs have been written? For me, once my socks are wet, it is only awful. My feet are cold and I get annoyed. All of my attention is pulled away from what I was doing and my focus is only on my cold, wet feet. My day, along with everything I was hoping to do or experience, is ruined. It's such a small and simple thing, and yet it makes me think of our residents. What was it like when they were experiencing homelessness? How often were their socks wet? How often was this only the smallest of their problems? It also makes me think of the potential of our work. It makes me think of the impact we can have, that you will have. HomeRise brings our residents into a warm, dry, and supportive home, and your work can help them feel seen and cared for. You can give them a sense of safety, stability, comfort, and even hope for the future, not unlike a warm and dry pair of socks after getting caught in the rain. Please accept this gift of a pair of socks and know that I'm excited to have you on the team. I'm looking forward to seeing all of the ways that you will bring the same sense of safety, stability, comfort, and hope for the future to our residents.
And she always come in here and talk to me and let me know how her day was going. Her and King, and she goes straight to the turtle. She feeds the turtle every morning. That's like her job.
Yeah, that's the turtle. Yeah, come on up. Yeah, that's the turtle. Yeah, you trying to escape, but you can't get out. Because King will eat you.
And then she makes sure that she get us laughing on throughout the day.
So you know what she did? She got my legs up under the desk. But we ain't gonna tell nobody else.
If she need, income, if she wants to, her email, check her email if she need help applying for any type of assistance that she need help with.
Because she's a people person. And she want to put back out what she got in. What she got in, she want to put back out.
Like I said, I'm an artist, and I got a place to create. I have a space. It makes me feel comfortable and safe. I'm good. I can go somewhere, come back and I'll put the key in the door, and I'm in my place. So yeah, I feel safe, relieved.
Other times, folks, when they come in or after they've been with us for years are like, I've been stable in my housing, I pay my rent on time, but I'm ready for something more. Can you help me think of what that more could look like? And we're like, amazing. City College is a free resource now. Is that something that interests you? Would you like to volunteer within the building or outside of the building? Would you like to explore employment? Or sometimes people come to us and say, I got this flyer, help me do this thing. Help me sign up, help me troubleshoot the barriers, and building those skills that allow people to to reach the goals that they set for themselves.
Staff is beautiful. Residential services, I was just with them yesterday. Your whole staff is great. They help me out with things I need, like if I need to, fax things, if I need emails sent to different places or whatever. If I got problem with my paperwork, they're really helpful around here. So yeah, it was a blessing all the way around. It helps me out with my business also too, because they let you know if you need some help with business, they'll help you promote you or put you in the right positions. When we were going vegan, we couldn't find good desserts. All the desserts were bad. So he started working on his own dessert because when we were kids, we were all like fat boys, so we knew what we liked to taste. So we figured he'd make a cookie that tastes like he wanted it to taste, but healthy.
When we start hearing those themes and seeing those patterns, it gives us an opportunity to partner with our public policy and community organizing department to work to advocate for system change that respond to resident need and interest.
Well, a lot of what we do involves training and leadership development, and so we have both an ethic of providing that kind of support so that people can increase their skills, and it fits with our HomeRise model of increasing self-sufficiency.
If you're able to talk to a lawmaker and get them to make the correct decision when it comes to legislating your life, you're also going to be able to use that same skill set when negotiating a bill, if you've been overcharged or if you get a parking ticket, to be able to figure out how to navigate that.
If you need help working on it, we can teach each other how to budget throughout the month. Miss Taylor, you want to kind of show it? Budget where they can write things down that they spend. Oh, yeah. See, like, if they can save any funds throughout the month.
You talking about the token? Yeah, they're you heard about that Civic Center Farmers Market?
I went there.
This one? Yeah. No, they won't give you 100, they only give you 30 every month. You only get, yeah.
Well, she didn't give me 30.
Who gives you 30? It just depends on like how it's done.
And so as I begin to put things in place, I begin to love it.
Sometimes this advocacy and leadership that people take in terms of pushing for, community change is actually a tool for recovery.
And that's really powerful, to see a resident transition from a place of, the system has prevented me from moving forward on my life goals, to I have found my voice and I'm going to speak my truth in these pretty public settings.
And then did you tell your case manager?
I told her.
Perfect, because it's not just this building. It's almost every building right now.
They're working with the city to develop that plan.
You have one building particularly for this?
To Board of Supervisors and comment sessions at City Hall, sometimes on the state level or nationally. It's amazing to see that transition and for residents to see how empowered they are to push for what they deserve.
You're probably not going to know yourself at first. Just let this place take care of you. Let the staff help you. Just take time in your own space. It changes everything, because once you get inside, you can start nurturing yourself and find out that you're capable of all kinds of fantastic things. Like that thing with Archimedes, you got to have a place to stand if you want to move the world.
I mean, we've seen the look in a city official's eye sometimes when a resident is speaking to them, because that resident is just not letting them off the hook. They're really holding them to account. Just by being there, really, and just by speaking their truth to them.
A part of making sure that people see this problem is to empower, to advocate, but more importantly, make sure that every resident we serve not only has a voice, but knows how to use that voice. Because they are not invisible. This problem is not invisible, but more importantly, it's going to take all of us to recognize the solution is ours collectively.
I think one of the keys to success in our work is how well the teams across our different departments partner together in support of our mission and our residents and our work.
As a team, when we come together, we meet together to see what we can do in each department to provide those needs.
But the beauty is the relationship between housing operations and resident services and how we partner on both sides of the house in support of the resident.
We come together as a team to compare notes. So we actually diligently look on our schedule, and we all try to meet for that day so we can all make the resident feel comfortable and know who we are and what we're trying to do for them.
In order for folks to have a place to live, we have to remain a core developer of affordable housing for people who would otherwise be homeless.
It is the practical, giving people a sense of permanency, giving them a sense of safety net. But we also have to meet the challenge by working faster and more efficiently and demonstrating the real value of innovation as we move forward. One of our most innovative projects we're working on right now, 53 Colton, may sound weird. Why is that innovative? It's a joint venture with a private developer. That is something that's innovative for us. We're 100% permanent supportive housing, nonprofit developer that's now working in conjunction with a for-profit developer.
But we are building permanent supportive housing here, and I think that's really something that everybody should be proud of. These are real people, and it's great to add to the community. And thanks to our partner HomeRise and that effort.
And I just want to thank everybody who's worked on this building, getting us here earlier than when any of us had expected, ahead of schedule. We're in the business of creating homes for people who are currently living on the streets, who are unhoused. Every single person here who worked on this building got it done ahead of schedule, sooner than expected. Just means that a lot of folks will be able to have a home, a safe place to live thanks to the hard work.
Really, the industry has matured. We've matured with it. And now I think we have to take that wisdom and really take risk that allow us to grow forward and to deliver new solutions. This question of where do we go and how do we get there? There's the practical. We build more housing. We keep doing what we know. But I want to encourage folks to think with us about some of the other places that really, I think, are important to who we are. It's interesting, as much as HomeRise and the physical spaces exist, we have just as much strength in property management. We also have subsidiary opportunities like Solutions FF, where we've already begun to really think about how Solutions FF can not only incubate jobs, to talk about that is core to our mission of self-sufficiency. And so growing our social entrepreneurial opportunities, our workforce opportunities, all those things are really going to be the core of not only the next 30 years, but if we're going to be serious about comprehensive solutions, job creation, stabilization, transportation, all those core things that we deliver within our communities now can be incubated as actual standalone enterprises so that not only we are able to grow and expand the services that we provide, so do the residents that we serve get that experience to not only start at one place, but continue growing and hopefully access their own entrepreneurship, more importantly, their own level of family and self-sufficiency. But we're building a campus model where we'll be able to not only continue to serve and do our mission, but that mission is now going to be a part of a broader opportunity. That's innovation. HomeRise is offering something that I think is essential to really the survival of our industry collectively.
We know that we have 98% resident retention year over year, which is a very powerful number. It means that when folks come to us, they're able to stay with us and leave in a way that they are choosing.
As much as we encounter and service and are there on the street, that's the very first step of meeting a person where they are. But the second and probably most pivotal is getting them off of the street, getting them into a place, in a space that allows them to not only envision, but really have an opportunity for self-sufficiency.
Why does it matter?
The mission to me matters to me because I have lived experience being homeless and I understand what chronic homelessness entails. And I recognize the benefits of being able to overcome that and what that means. When I first came to HomeRise, I wasn't able to see that because I was so damaged by poverty and homelessness that it took other people telling me that they saw something in me that in turn allowed me to see that in myself, that allowed me to make those changes. Now I'm in a position where I tell other people that, hey, we see this in you, and help shine that light back on them. But that's the powerful transformation that we do every day.
We are not just real estate development. We're not just property management. We're not just real estate and residential services. We're not just asset management. We are collectively HomeRise.